We're trying to keep it like 3 or 4 minutes. Is it going?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to talk about microphones. These are the best-selling microphones that we have. These are the ones that we make the most money on. So if somebody comes in and just is looking for a beginning entry-level microphone, we have the orange ones are low impedance, blue ones are high impedance. The difference between a low impedance and a high impedance is how it gets plugged in to the unit. A low impedance has a 3-prong end. And the high impedance has, this is called a 1/4-inch end. It's long and skinny, it's tip on the end, and it's black. The reason we use high impedance, this used to be the entry-level microphone. Normally a high impedance would not be over 20 feet. Impedance means resistance, so if you go more than 20 feet you lose too much sound. There's 2 wires in a high impedance microphone. Low impedance has 3 wires, and low impedance you lose as much highs in 2,000 feet of low impedance as you do in 20 feet of high impedance. So low impedance is the way to go. On the inexpensive mics that we sell, there's a little clip on the bottom of the cable. You push that in, and then you can plug a cord into the microphone. It seems backwards, but the low impedance microphones, or the inexpensive microphones, have an on-off switch. And the better microphones don't. So if this is a great microphone for a karaoke person. Whenever you plug a microphone in, make sure the sound system's off, or the volume's down. Because if you're doing a demo for a customer, you don't need to scare them with feedback or squeals. And by turning this down, off, makes that easier. So I would turn on the microphone, turn up the volume, and then you can hear that this one is working. This is called a cardioid microphone. It's called that because when you speak directly in front of it, you get sound. If I get off axis, there is no sound. This is a great microphone for vocalists. The reason for that is if I'm singing here and there's guitars and other amplifiers making sound, this microphone will reject that sound. Another thing about it's called a cardioid. It's just like your heart shape. That's how they came up with the term. This is a funny microphone because the further away I talk, the thinner the sound. As I bring the microphone closer, I get more bass. That's a big deal for some customers. They want more bass. It does reject the sound from the side. Basically, that is the entry level for the microphone. I'm going to show you a couple more. This next mic is a great seller. People who walk in for an SM58 sometimes they have no idea why they want an SM58. They saw it in a book, or they saw it on TV. This is the Peavy's PVM22. This one is painted with rubber paint. So when you give this to the customer, have them hold it, have them touch it, feel it. By having a rubber paint, there's less handling noise. This one is the vocal one. The 22 has the round top. This is the 46, which has the same element. This has a straight top. The reason for the straight top, compared to the round top, is this usually you can when you mic up an amplifier, you can get it closer to the speaker. This one has more off-axis rejection. I'll show you that in a second. This mic is a much hotter microphone than the first one I showed you. This one is a diamond element, and what that causes is the element, the part that vibrates in the microphone, is a little bit stiffer, and it doesn't distort as easy. Check, test 1, 2. Now, I didn't touch the volume. You can see here that all of a sudden the sound is louder. Again, as I talk closer, it's bassier. If I bring it away, it's thinner. I can get some off-axis rejection almost directly to the side. This is basically the same microphone. The only difference is for off-axis rejection, when I'm on the side, it's completely out. So that's why this is a better one for instruments. It does not pick up other sounds on the dance floor or on the stage or band or. That's how that one works. I had a couple more to show you. Two. Check. This is a PV48 480, and this is a great mic because this sounds like me when I'm talking, whereas the other ones add bass. If I talk further or closer, it does not add bass. This is a great one for miking instruments, acoustic guitars, flutes, any type of instrument. Another thing is this picks up more from a distance. So I could never do that with the other mics, be this far away and you can still hear me. Two more mics. This next one. 1, 2, check, test. This one's an omnidirectional. So what that means is if I'm talking here, let me bring it up a little bit. 1, 2. If I'm talking here, it picks it up. Or if I talk from, well, this side, it picks it up from all directions. It has a bigger element. Bluegrass guys like this because they can stand around it and they can get 2 or 3 people playing. Then they just step into it if they want to do a solo and they step back. The last one. This one here, check, test. 1, 2. 1, 2, 2. This last one is a lavalier mic. You can see it's quite a bit smaller. And let's get rid of some reverb. 1, 2, check, test. This is a great mic. Pastors wear it. Usually we put this on a wireless system. Sometimes churches use these for the choirs. They hang them down. Then it will pick up the choir as they sing. And that's basic microphones.